Hey guys, it is Saturday. I have not been on a live for such a long time because it's also been summer. And I love summer. And I love to do different things and to stay busy and to have fun. So doing lives, no, wasn't my priority. I was going to start yesterday. I was going to get on to a Feed Your Brain Friday. And I did get an email out. So if you are on my emailing list, then check it out. It is on the same topic we're talking about today, which is about ADD and ADHD being your superpower. What? How can ADD and ADHD be your superpower? Well, I'm going to tell you what I've learned about ADD and ADHD because I live with it. Yes, I have ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it today now. And yes, I do. And yes, I see squirrels. It was funny, we went camping last weekend. There was these squirrels that were next to us. Well, not next to us, but there was a tree, 2 trees by us. And the whole week, we could hear them making their cute noises, and they'd run down the tree, they'd run up the tree, and they'd run over the other tree. I'm like, yeah, that's what my brain feels like sometimes. SOS, shiny object syndrome. Have you ever heard of that? Or you can do one thing and then you're off and then something else. Yes. Having ADD and ADHD can make it a challenge to stay focused. I say I can stay focused in small increments until I don't. But I've also realized that it is my superpower. How? Well, most people who have ADD, ADHD are very creative and very flexible. I like change. Change does not bother me. It actually excites me. Where some people get stuck in not being able to make changes, I can change on a dime. And so for me, it's been great. I also compartmentalize, meaning I can put my things, my thoughts, my life into little tiny increments. Kind of keeps things organized. And with all this craziness, I can get a lot of things done. One of the things that stresses me is on the outside, I can handle my chaos. But it's when others come in and they want to fix me. They want to come in and the way I think and the things I do can come across as somebody who doesn't have ADD, ADHD. It's very chaotic, which it is. So they want to fix me. And I have done some of those things. I've tried, I don't want to say try, but I've done the make me a list and follow the list. Then I lose the list and all my other paperwork or wherever it's gone. I have gotten better at putting things in my phone because for the most part, I don't lose my phone. But it's kind of funny. I never knew this until a few years ago. Good morning.
Hello.
I took my daughter to the doctor, and he was talking to her about having ADD, and he's going through all the symptoms. And I'm listening, I'm like, that sounds like me. That sounds like me. Wow. That really sounds like me. And I went home and I called my sister. I'm like, sis, I think I have ADD. She's like, you think? I'm like, why? Is it obvious? And she started laughing. And I could look back through patterns through my life and realize how I probably had this since I was a lot younger. I probably had it when I was in high school. I know that. But I was also a very good student. So I could learn in little portions, and then I could talk to everybody, even the teacher. So the teacher would think, oh, I'm going to move you close to me so you won't quit talking. And then I talk to them. So it's crazy. It is a crazy. It's it can be really an interesting thing. But I've come up with some tips, and I'm not going to give them all here because if you have an email, it has a link to get more information. If you can, you can go to my YouTube video, which is Shailaja Hypno-Aminos on YouTube. I did about a 30-minute video on it last week, and it's going to teach you some fun things. If you don't have ADD, it's going to give you an idea of what it looks like. And if you do, it's going to give you a lot of tips. I'm going to give you a couple tips today, especially if you have a child who has ADD. Number one thing is make sure before they go to school that they got some type of protein. It's easy to grab the sugar cereals. I get it. But see if you can either get them some type of a protein drink, protein smoothie, and the sugar cereal if that's what they want. But you want that protein so it'll keep their brain being fed, their blood sugar level, rather than going to school and having their blood sugar drop too quickly. The second thing is there's a thing called the spin, freeze, run that somebody who has ADD understands very well. It's like when you get too much coming at you, it's almost like you start spinning, life starts spinning. And then you freeze. And it's almost like you've got something to do. For me, it's like sitting at the computer and knowing I have a project and being stuck, not being able to. And then you run, which literally can be running or walking or making a phone call or going to lunch or anything except for that task that really needs to get done. So if this is your child, understand that sometimes that's what it feels like. When they get home from school, instead of saying, we're going to hurry and do our homework before you play, because it seems like that's the incentive. For someone with ADD, ADHD, that's not an incentive. Because they've been sitting all day, they've been wiggling, they've been doing their best they could to stay focused. When they get home, they need to run, they need to move, they need to do something active. And then do the homework after they've had some chance to get out and their mind can calm down. Number two is to set a timer. Most people who have ADD, ADHD like challenges. So give them a challenge and say, okay, we're going to get this done and give them a short amount of time, 10-minute increments, whatever. If you want them to do a project, like do a chore, set a timer so they can focus on that as they're working, because then their mind, it's not as easy for them to follow those shiny objects. And number three is to learn to compartmentalize, like I said, so that you can put each task into a small compartment and only think about that task at that moment, rather than this big whole picture of things that you got to do. Make a big difference. The last thing, feed your brain food. There are 3 amino acids that can help with helping somebody to be able to focus to help the hyperactivity and to be able to calm down the brain. Number one, 5-HTP, positive mind. Give that to your child before they go to school. Might be able to be what they need. And then see how long it works. Possibly they can wait until they get home from school and then give them another one. L-tyrosine helps with the focus, the drive, the motivation. And so L-tyrosine, energy booster. And the last one would be GABA chill, because the theanine in the GABA will help your brain to calm down. And if this is not you, and you are the one that's getting frustrated, just take a deep breath and see the creativity in your child or that person that is the one that's struggling or the one that is dealing with ADD, ADHD. I'm telling you this not to brag, but I'm telling you that my brain goes and goes and goes. And during the summer, I was able to publish a new book from Crazy to Calm, hit the bestseller. I got my acceptance or congratulation from writing my thesis. So I received my master's degree. And I'm almost done recording my book, Feed Your Brain to Change Your Life. I just do things in little tiny increments. That's all. And then I do a lot of fun, a lot of playing. If you have any more questions, reach out to me. I'm Shelly Jo with Shelly Jo Hypno Aminos, also known as Amino Acid Lady. If you go to Hypno Aminos, you'll be able to find my product to feed the brain. Let me see how I can help you. Make ADD, ADHD your superpower. Keep smiling. Bye.